All right, let's now talk some NASCAR. And if you want to talk NASCAR, I got a guy for you. It's a man that knows everything about racing, everything about NASCAR. He's with NBC Sports, and he's still here on Charlotte Sports Live. Kyle Petty in the house. My man, first of all, thanks for coming on. How you been? How's the offseason treating you?
Everything's been good, man. It's been a great offseason because there's so much anticipation for the new season. So it's been a short offseason.
We'll get to the broad picture here in a little bit, but let's hyper focus on obviously the first race of the season, going to the Coliseum. What is your thought on this? Because I've gotten a lot of mixed reviews from the drivers.
Look, I've been around for a long time with my dad in the 60s and 70s, and then I came along. This is one of the most exciting moments for me because it's a departure from what we usually do. It's a departure from a Bristol. It's a departure from a Daytona, from a Talladega or a Charlotte. This is something totally new. So, and it's going to be as much of an event as it is a race. And I think that's the big deal. We need events in this sport, and this is going to be an event. So I'm really looking forward. It may be a train wreck. It may be a train wreck.
Which is good.
But you can't look away from a train wreck. You know you can't look away from a train wreck. So I don't know how the racing is going to be, but there's going to be people talking about it more when it's over with than they have for the last month or so, and there's been a lot of chatter the last month.
Next gen car. I don't think a lot of fans understand how big of a change this is.
Yeah.
And I was talking with Joey Logano. He's legitimately nervous about the braking system. We've heard this over all the testing over and over again about how there's braking issues. And I'm not a racer, but I have driven my car about 80 miles an hour. And I know I need the brakes then. So I know that they're going to need the brakes when it matters most, when they're going 200 miles an hour. Are you nervous?
You know, I think everybody's apprehensive over certain issues, and everyone has their, whether it be heat inside the car, whether it be braking. These are just issues that pop up. I'm sorry. This is basically, we are handing these guys, all of these teams and all of these drivers, a prototype car and saying, go out and figure it out. That's why they're doing so much testing. What's an issue today may not be an issue by the time we get to Bristol, or by the time we get to Martinsville, by the time we get to Charlotte. It is a concern today, but there were concerns a month ago that now have been alleviated because NASCAR has made changes, has changed the design, has changed different things. So they're working, constantly working. That's why they're testing. They were in Phoenix this week. They're going somewhere else this weekend. They're constantly testing right up to the time of the season, and there'll probably be more testing as the season starts just to make sure that this thing works. I will say this. There are concerns, but at the same time, there's a lot of excitement about this car. There's a lot of excitement. This is such a departure from what last year's car was. This is like you had a 1964 Impala. Okay, and all of a sudden somebody gave you a 2022 Impala, and that's how big the gap is. I am telling you, it is. I can't even speak to the technology and how much of a boost this is. It is such a big leap for NASCAR, and they have done a great job in laying it out there, giving it to the fans, giving it to the drivers and to the teams to develop.
Whenever Daytona's approaching, you have to ask, what are your thoughts on Daytona? It's my favorite conversation because anything can happen, but it's my least favorite question because there's never an answer.
There's never an answer.
So what do you see happening at Daytona 500?
You know, going off the test, the guys really felt good with the test. I felt like they did, listening to their comments. Out of a test, you're never going to get true comments, okay? Because I'm not going to tell you everything I know, because I got to hold back a little bit, And every driver's that way, and every team's that way. But they were able to run the pack, they were able to pass, they were able to draft, they were able to do the things you need to do at Daytona. So this package, and the package that we have now with this new car, with the 2022 car, with this generation car, probably has the least effect on the racing at Talladega and at Daytona. Than what we'll see at Charlotte or on the road courses or the short tracks. It'll be more of it'll be different, probably those places more so than what we see at Daytona. So again, and you're 100% right. Daytona is Daytona is Daytona, and you never know what's going to happen. So anybody that predicts and wins, just call me up, man. Give me some lottery numbers because I'm with you.
Okay, last question. Who is the 2022 Cup champion?
You know what? Kyle Larson right now, unless somebody cools him down. We were talking about it earlier. Drivers get on streaks. Earnhardt Sr. got on a streak. Jeff Gordon was on a streak. Jimmy Johnson had a decade of a streak or more. And right now, with what Kyle Larson did last year, he never slowed down. As we got to the playoffs, he just picked it up another notch and went somewhere else. with the Hendrick organization and with Kyle Larson and with Chase. Chase had a good year. I think William Byron will have a good year this year. I think that organization, but Kyle Larson is the guy that leads that charge.
Kyle Petty, we appreciate you coming on Charlotte Sports Live, buddy.
Thank you, man.